video showing you how to create a front dynamic object which will fetch information directly from Shopify's API based on an order ID. So we're going to start in our Shopify admin panel. We're just going to head into apps, develop apps, and then create an app. So I'm going to call this one front dynamic objects. And then we need to set some API credentials. So we need to configure the admin API scopes. So this is what this app can access. So we want it to be able to read customers in this case and read orders. So then it'd just be able to fetch order and customer details. So we hit save, install the app, and that should give us an API token to use. So we're going to use this with Shopify's list orders API endpoint. So I'm just going to copy this URL here. Replace subdomain with my store subdomain and replace this access token placeholder with my new access token. Okay, so we're getting data. This is real data from my Shopify account. Okay, so when we use dynamic objects, we're going to be matching on an order ID. So we're going to need to replace something in this URL just to fetch one specific order. So you can pass a name field, and this is the order ID that a customer would see. So in this case, I'm going to say name equals 1027, and this just returns one order rather than every order in my account. Okay, so now we've got this information. We know what URL we're heading. We can head into front, click into settings, developers, and create an app. And create a dynamic object. So we'll start off in the servers tab, create a server. So this lets front know what URLs can be called from this app. So in this case, we need to call this URL. So it's the Shopify API using our subdomain. And we'll need an API key authentication. And the key that we need to send is this X Shopify access token. So we'll hit create, we'll click back into it, and we'll just set the value of the API token. Great. Okay, so we'll save that, click into features, dynamic objects, create dynamic object, and we want to transform text into a dynamic object. So in this case, we want to match something that looks like a hash and then some digits. So we'll start by creating a dynamic variable, and we will fetch data from the server. So we're going to fetch data from this URL. And we're going to pass in the digits that we matched here. All right. There we go. Pass response as JSON. So if we just hit save here, we can just test this out. This needs something. If I go back into my store and click into an order, this is what an order looks like. So we can link back to the order within the admin profile. And note that we have the order name here, but the order ID is a little different. So I'm just going to leave an ID placeholder in there for a second. Oops. Okay. Yeah. So then just pass this test pattern in here. So this should match. It's a hash and then some digits. We hit test. Okay. These are all successful. And we can see our Shopify API response. And you can see the output is JSON, and it matches what we see in this response here. So we're going to need to pass this. Everything's wrapped in this orders array. So we will just need to add a step to extract property orders, add a step to pass as array, and then we'll add a step to get the first element. Save, test again, and we can see the output is now this order. It's a JSON object, and it's just that order, none of the wrappers around it. Okay, so we can start by grabbing the order ID. So we'll create another dynamic variable, and we will start with the result of that variable. So we will extract the object property ID, and then we will pass it as a number. And then we can, in this example, target URL. We'll replace that with the shop order ID. Test it. And we can see the shop order ID. What's this ID? Ends in 626. Ends in 626. We've got the order ID. So now the target URL, when we click the Shopify order link, will take us right to this order. Okay, so this is a great place to start, and we can add kind of any of the details that you can see from here. Some things that might be helpful to add are things like the order status, like the payment status. You can add fulfillment information, any customer details by pulling them out of nested attributes there. I put together an example earlier where we fetch the order ID, we have the fulfillments, and we can grab the tracking URLs. We have the financial status here, so we can see if we test this with that same ID. The order ID there, we have the tracking URLs that we can copy. So these are our UPS tracking codes. We have our payment status marked as pending. We can pull out customer information, and you can set all of these as custom fields. So I hope this is a good place to get started, to give you some inspiration about what can be achieved with this. Let us know in support if you have any questions. Thank you.